I want to introduce you to Katie. Katie Rainey. Come on up. Price is right. Hey, sweets.
Hi.
How are you? Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Sorry, I have my little one here with me. Say hi, Lily.
Oh, hello. That's fantastic. No apologies ever, 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 ever.
No, I'm on a meeting right now. Go ask Daddy. He'll get you one. Go ask Daddy. Go ask Daddy, please. Yes, go ask Daddy. I can't get you one right now. Sorry, they know when you get on with people, that's when they want your attention every time.
Exactly.
Right? Phone, Mom, I need you.
I know. Thankfully, Genevieve has dance right now. Otherwise, I'd be in the same boat. I'm like,
Yeah.
go ahead and take her to lunch.
And Genevieve is Michelle, she's 4 or 5.
4.5.
Yeah, Lily's 4 too. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's such a fun age, but yeah, it's just it's a thing.
It's a thing. They're busy. Girls are busy.
Yes.
Well, hi everybody.
Well, yes. So, Katie, so have I prepped you with any questions or paid you to be here, or
No.
is there any reason that you would not tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
So help me God.
Exactly. So honey, were you listening to the Vision cast?
Yeah, I just did it with you.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. How does it feel for you today compared to where you were 6 months ago?
It's pretty amazing. Everything that Michelle just said and envisioned is happening in my life. It took me a while. It didn't happen for me right away when I joined the bakery. But it definitely has progressed, and with my mindset, changing my mindset and just how I stick to the plan and follow the steps in the bakery consistently, my business is completely taking off in 2023.
Yeah. So how long have you been in the bakery?
Just about a year.
About a year. So that is a valid point, is that, a lot of people hit it in 90 days and get their money back. Some take a little bit longer, but you've made that momentum and you've put the effort in and you've got it going now. How did you feel when you were making progress, but it wasn't happening as fast as you wanted it?
Well, I think I've got 3 kids, 7, 9, and 3, and a husband who is a pilot in the military, and he's gone a lot. So you just have to give yourself grace. And I had to really have like a heart to heart with myself that I am worthy and I can do this. It's going to happen in my time. I had to stop like being desperate and like, I need clients, I have to make money. Although I was like working against the grain because I'm so busy as a mom, and especially in the summer, I think that's why it took me longer. I had to just say, this is my time to be with my kids because they're home in the summer, and I needed to be a mom, and I'm not going to get that time back. So then when they started school in the fall, I really started implementing the bakery process like to the T, and I had done a lot of mindset, and my goal was to network, and I networked my butt off this fall, and it's all coming back to fruition. Yeah. So
that is awesome.
So yeah, I just think of all the women on here, I don't know your backgrounds and situations, but if you can appreciate being a mom, maybe you are, maybe you aren't. It's an awesome job, and it's a job, probably the most important job you'll ever have. So, with wanting to have a full-time career and as an interior designer, it'll happen when I think, it's your time.
And I'm glad you said that, because it all works itself out. But you worked your booty off in those increments where you could really focus.
Yeah.
So whether it was a week that you just worked your booty off and then you had a lot of other things going on, or if you sat down for a good solid couple of hours and then you get the rest of your life going on, it's a juggling act.
It is a juggling act. And I feel like when I came in, I was doing design for a couple of years and I had a few clients, but I was doing it. I had no process. I had no plan. Right. And then Michelle essentially her program gave me the process to implement. And I kind of went with my mindset was I want to get my company set up and it's solid, and my processes, my procedures, everything is solid, so that when all this networking pays off, I can just go because it's all in place. And that's really
right.
I'm just so thrilled, and I feel it like in my soul, like it's happening. I'm worthy, and God's blessing me, and it's all working out. And my husband's supporting me, which is wonderful. So yeah, I'm the sky's the limit, right? For all of us. And then,
Absolutely.
yeah.
What has been your experience with the other bakers? Like how have your relationships grown, or have they?
Oh, totally. I have a lot of great friends that are bakers. Like some of us have little groups that like text groups or, Facebook, we have the Facebook forum, obviously, but I feel like some people you just kind of feel like you kind of connect with more than others, or you just happen to ask a question, then you start talking, let's exchange numbers and we become buddies. Like, even though I'm coming up on my year, I have so many new friends now from the bakery that will be friends for a long time, which is another really
Yeah,
cool
and it's so fun when you start seeing them in, like at market or at different events and stuff like that. It's like, oh my gosh, you jumped off the screen and into my arms.
Yeah, I feel like I know you, but I've never met you. But here you are in person, like when I met you.
Exactly. It is so cool.
Yeah,
it is so cool.
That was very cool.
Oh, that's fun. So Katie, what about the individuals who might be sitting in the audience thinking that they can't afford the bakery? Because it's a pretty penny.
It is, and I will be right there, honey. And I will be honest, I had the same thought, right? Like I was like, oh my God, this is a lot of money. But this is my new, I guess, mantra. I want to just play big, and I don't want to play small. And so if you want to play big, you invest the money, but you're going to get it back if you do the work, like beyond what you could think.
Yeah.
It's risk, the risk you have to be willing to take, I guess.
Yeah, but okay, so it is a risk, that's for sure. I mean, it's a small bucket of money, it's a big bucket of money, it's a bucket of money. Did you feel like there was ever a time that it wasn't going to pay you back? Once you dug in?
I feel like, I mean, I think it was more my own like issues and my own thought processes, and getting in my own way with like your own money stories and stuff like that you talk about, like the mindset calls. And that was really helpful in the bakery, having some mindset work, because that I think is so key to allowing this process to take you places, because you can get in your own way, right? Like I did for probably the first half of it. And then I was fighting, like, figure it out. Like, you can do this and you're worth it. You have to own your worthiness and know you're worthy, so that when you talk to your clients, you're not putting them up on a pedestal and you're down here looking up at them. You're equals, and you don't want to work with everyone, right? You don't want to. And it's funny, Michelle, after I've been a baker for a year, I see that with the newer bakers, because it's a process that we all have to go through. And I'm trying to, comment and respond, like, own your worthiness and you're great and you can do this and charge more, but you have to know that inside. And so that, I think that takes work, and it's every person's own process takes time, right?
Well, I'm really proud of you for like having that light bulb moment where you were just like, screw this, I'm not going to let this get me down, my stories, and just move forward. Because I remember some of the calls and you were just making things harder than they were.
Yeah, I was.
And you just, you burst through that wall, girl, and just owned it.
Thank you.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So and then, like you said, whatever, like before that mindset you just did, it's so true. Whatever you have in your head and whatever you put out to the universe, or it's going to be reflected right back at you. And for a while there, I had a little bit of desperation. Like, I need clients, I have to make money. I'm not doing my other career. And my husband's like, okay, this is a huge investment. Like, where's the income coming in? Everything's going out. I mean, totally real, girls. I'm not, I'm not like, I'm not sugarcoating it.
Sugarcoating it.
There was some rough months and I was like, just believe in me, believe in me. But I had to believe in me, right? And then it changed everything. So yeah.
And you know what? What a great example for your kids.
Yeah. And it's amazing because as a mom, having autonomy in my time, and I can run my own business how I want to run it. Like you said, I'm here hanging out with my kids. Of course, I had to get on this call. So I was like, okay, I can't hang out right now. But I'm just got back in the hike. That's why
15 minutes.
bundled up. Yeah, no worries. But you get to really set your boundaries and own them and not feel like you have to work all the time.
Yeah.
And Michelle really helps you with that. She's a wonderful guide, mentor. I mean, and you're just the kindest person, Michelle. You really are.
I got you fooled. Thank you.
Well, to us, you are. I mean, you set us straight sometimes when we need it, but the way you go about dealing with like our questions, like you get the monthly call with Michelle, and it's like the office hours, and people ask her questions, and then some of the bakers are like, oh gosh, how should I respond to that? And you're always so kind. You could be like, listen, I don't know what you're thinking. I mean, sometimes I'm thinking I would say that. And I'm like, okay, Michelle is very more polite the way she comes out.
Yeah, but at the same time, we're very straightforward. So it's an interesting balance. Like, yeah, I will say I do have the gift of diplomacy in that respect, but we still get shit done.
Yeah.
Come on up. I got a little dog trying to jump up, but she's too fat.
There's your other one.
Yes, there we go. Well, Katie, what would you say to anybody sitting where you were basically a year ago? What would you say to them in regards to the bakery?
I would say, like I said, it's a leap of faith, but if you're willing to invest in yourself, it's kind of what it is. You're investing in yourself and your business.
Very much so.
And
Because
you're
you
willing
believe in yourself.
Yeah. And you're willing to do the work. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of stuff to go. Michelle gives you everything. She gives you so much. And she's always updating it to make it
And
better.
Katie wasn't shy asking for it.
No.
But that's what you have to do. You have to get in there and you have to grab this content by the throat and just take it and own it and ask for whatever you need. And if we have it, we give it.
Oh, Debbie, I don't know about that. You're so sweet. but then like a bakery, like you always bring it back to that. It's so true. You make it your own. I mean, if you feel like you don't know what you're doing, you can follow Michelle's process and procedure. And then I've had some girlfriends in the bakery that are like, now I'm doing this. I kind of tweaked it. And this feels like it works better for me on how I do this process. I'm like, good for you. You're owning it. You're making it your own. And it's working for them. Because at the end of the day, we're all unique and we're all individuals. And that's why we're all going to succeed, because like Michelle says, there's enough ugly houses for all of us, because whoever's going to hire me is not going to hire you. Right. And so you can make your own business and run your own business the way you want, but she gives you a wonderful foundation to build it from. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's a great way to describe it. And I joke because that's why we call it the bakery, because it's the basic recipe. And then you have the add-ons that you want to use, and you've got the frosting, and you can just put your own sprinkles on it. And if you want to make it a chocolate cake, you make it a chocolate cake. If you want red velvet, you make red velvet. It's the basic recipe. It's not a franchise.
Totally.
It does work. And what about what has your experience been with the master coaches?
Oh my gosh, they've gotten to be like next level. So Renee Beery, I love her. It's funny too. I found over this past year in the bakery, I had to figure out what my niche was, right? That's like, where do you want to specialize in? And I really am drawn more toward construction management and renovations.
Oh,
I know, right? And I'm like, I love that. It excites me. Like I have this massive master bath gut remodel, changing things around right now that we just had initial visit yesterday. It went so well. It just excites me. But I love the potential, because then when you do the renovation, you have the potential to then do the decor. So you kind of get the best of both. But Renee was amazing. The mindset coaching, Nicole Lano, she helped me a lot.
Yeah, she was here yesterday.
Yeah. Hallie can attest to that. Hallie always yelled at me, Katie, get out of your own way. But the one time she told me, she's like, Katie, it sounds like you're so desperate for clients. You're putting them up here on a pedestal, but where does that leave you down here looking up at them? You can't go through life like that. You're equal with them, right? And you don't want to have to work with everybody. So the mindset coaching, amazing. And I feel like you can't really excel as a business owner unless you have that. I think it's a huge foundational piece.
I think mindset, if you have to be very mentally resilient.
Yeah.
It's totally a mindset thing.
And it's something you consistently have to work on, because whatever happened in our past, how we grew up, or, our own money stories of whatever happened, it's subconscious. Sometimes it's ingrained in our nervous system. And when you put it, let's say you put a proposal out to a client and it's for X amount, and you're like, oh my God, is that too much? I should lower my price. I mean, I still do it when I'm doing my scope of work. It's like, oh my God, is that pricing right? Like, I'm thinking to say no. Is that no? You just got to own it. And like, I have to have that conversation. Like, nope, not going to do that, Katie. That's the old Katie. The new Katie is here, and she's going to own her worth. Like,
Katie, I might have told you the story that when I went into business, so my last name, you guys see it in Facebook. My last name is Pant, P-A-N-T. My middle name is Lynn. When I started my business, I did Michelle Lynn, but I actually used her as a character to step into in order to be the badass that Michelle Pant wasn't feeling.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, like you just put on a different hat and you have to step into that role. So old Katie is a role that you used to play. New Katie is today's role.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
It's an interesting thing. Yeah. It's an interesting thing.
Yes, Nicole, I object.
That's so funny. We were just talking about getting a gavel at the office the other day.
I object. Don't think like that. Yes. And and then, Debbie and Megan are amazing. You're so lucky to have them. I know you know that. And Hallie, you're amazing too. All the support you get from every different angle.
It's a lot, huh?
It's a lot. And, but you have it. And I think as you're growing the bakery, there's a lot more women in the bakery now than there was, 2 years ago, years ago. You're helping organize it to where they have more intimate, connections if they need.
For the price that I charge, it needs to be a good, I have to practice what I preach. So I'm teaching y'all how to provide an experience for your clients because it's a luxury service. If I'm charging a premium for my service, I need to give you an experience that represents that. It's not just a little $2,000 webinar anymore. Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad that you can feel that. And Katie's actually sticking around with us for the next year, doing some welcome wagon work with us on the welcome committee. So
I feel like it's a blessing that you'll have me, Michelle, because I guess I'm also really passionate about teaching, and not that I know everything or anything, but from my own experience, I can share and help build up other bakers. I love that idea.
Well, and I think that's more valuable or just as valuable as my experience leading the group, to have individuals who are loving and passionate and kind and supportive and all of that, because you are more relatable to a lot of the individuals than I am. Sure. And so because I've walked those steps, but now I'm leading. You're leading, but you're close enough to hold their hand. Yeah. So totally. I think it's really just such a blessing to have individuals who are willing to stick around and support one another. So if you guys join the bakery, you get to play with Katie.
Love to help any of you in any way I can. I don't know all the answers, but together we'll get through whatever you need to get through.
That's right. We can muddle through it and go find what we need to do. So Katie, thanks for being here.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Any words of wisdom?
Just believe in yourself, and you can do this. And I'm a very strong believer in God and my faith. And I feel like, he's guided me to find Michelle in this process. And I just had to acknowledge that when the time was right, it would happen for me. And balancing your life it's not all going to be cookie cutter for everyone. Like you get in the bakery, then you start making your money back. Like everyone's unique and different. So just have patience and do the work.
And you're not less than. Yeah.
What?
And if you don't make your money back in 90 days, you're not less than anybody
No.
at all.
Everyone has different life circumstances. Life gets in the way sometimes.
I know, right? It's true. Thank you so much for being here.
You're so
We will see you
welcome.
guys- We'll see you in the comments. We'll see you in the Facebook group, and I'll see you on the call soon.
Okay, sounds good. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, honey.
Have a great day.
Mwah.